So in previous class already we had a discussion about date object, right? So how we are going to access that date methods, everything we covered now. So today we are going to focus on the number object, nothing but so the given value is number or not, I have to check. For example, I'm going to take here where a equal to, so simply I'm going to do here the variable declaration where a equal to or where num equal to or where age equal to, like that I'm going to take one variable. For this variable, I'm going to assign some data. So for example, 101 is my so value, and that value we are going to assign to the variable called so age. So otherwise we can make it as here 31 also age you can take. So whether that value is a number or not, I have to check. So here we are declaring statically so that you can easily understood that is a number. But whenever if you are enter some data dynamically from the user, so whether it is a number or not, I have to check. How we are going to check? Just you have to create the number object, new number of, you can pass here age. Whenever if you are passing that age, in case it is a number, we will get whatever the value you have, you will get as it is here. So now I want to run this programming, we are getting here as it is. Why? Because that is a number only, no? That's why. So if I'm taking here for example abcd, so that abcd is a string only, right? So now what happened, you can observe here. So we are getting here nan, not a number. It is suggesting, it is checking here whether the given value is number or not. If it is a number, we are getting the number as it is. If it is not a number, we are getting here it is a not a number, like that. So by using number object, we can check given value is a number or not. How we are going to, just you have to create the object for that new number of, just you can use the age. Whatever you declare here variable, you can pass here. So whenever it is a number, we will get the as it is that number. Whenever it is not a number, at the time we will get here so nan, not a number, it is getting here. So that is about how we are going to work with given value is number or not, we have to check. So this is the way we have to implement in the real time scenario. Understood, no? So that is about how we are going to work with a number object. So how we are going to work with a given value is a number or not, we have to check. This is the way we have to implement the number object in the real time scenario. Then next concept is we can work with a so mathematical functions. So how we are going to work with a predefined math functions. Now we are going to discuss step by step. For example, so where a equal to, so I want to find out the minimum of given values, or at the same time we can do the so maximum of given values. We have to find out how we are going to find out that one. So in the real time scenario, now we are going to discuss step by step. So now you can observe here, up to now what we are doing, we created one object. So through that object we can access. But here coming to the math, we don't have any object. Just we have to take the reference, that is math. We have to take the math reference. If you require the pi value, math.pi, here pi is the property. Just you can take that the pi property. And what is the pi value? So we are getting here, so 3.14. We are going to do the print statement also now. Document dot, what you are going to print? So a value I have to print. So just you can print that a value. Now I'm going to run this programming. We are getting here the pi value. So I want to find out the minimum value. For example, I have two numbers. So which one is the minimum? How we are going to find out? You can use the conditional statements. If a less than b, you can write that one, you can apply. But here I have like 100 values or 10 values. So at the time, what we are going to do? So for example, I have the value should be like this. So in this one, I want to find out the minimum of given numbers. Just you can use the min function, min of given values. So what is the minimum value? You will get here 5 here. So what is the maximum of given value? You can use the max function. So automatically we are getting here maximum. So if you want to do the minimum value or maximum value, you can find like this. Just you can use the predefined functions only. And I'm going to use here a round function. So what is the use of round values? So for example, I'm giving here 10.56. What is the round value for this one? So 10.5. After so point we have here 5 or greater than 5, it will automatically convert into nearest greatest integer. No? So that is 11 we are getting here. If I'm giving here 10.4, what is the value? So 10 we are getting. So why? Because here after point we have less than 5, which is nearer to smallest integer. Okay. Now I am going to do here seal method. What is the use of seal method? By using seal method, we are going to convert nearest to highest integer, nearest to greatest integer. We have to 10.4 in the sense you will get the 11 only. If it is a 10.1 also, you will get the 11 only. So that is called seal method. So which is nearest greatest integer we have to consider. That is about seal method we have to apply. Then we can use here floor. Floor in the sense nearest smallest integer. If you are giving here 10.9 also, you will get the result is 10 only. So why? Because it is nearest smallest integer, no? So that's why we can use that one. Okay. So seal in the sense which is the nearest greatest integer, floor in the sense which is the nearest smallest integer, and we can use the round also, and we can use the power function also. For example, I require here 2 cube. So 2 power 3, nothing but power of 2 comma 3 in the sense 2 cube, 2 into 2 into 2. So we will get the result is 8 here. So that is called power function. So for example, I require here 4 cube. So 4 cube in the sense 4 into 4 into 4, that is 64 we are getting here. Like this we can apply. So under the same time we can do here. So square root function also. Square root of 4. Root 4 how much? 2 now. So we are going to get that one. So root values also you can apply, and we can do here random. So if I'm using random, what happened you can observe here. See here, if I'm refreshing every time randomly we are getting one number, but that is the range in between 0 to 1 only by default we have. Now I want to generate like a OTP kind of thing. If you want to generate the OTP kind of thing, what you are going to do? See here, where A equal to, I want to, sorry, where B equal to, I want to do A into, so how many digits you want that OTP? Depends upon that one, you can increase the zeros like that. So now I'm going to print the B value. So what is the output for this one? You can observe here. So how many characters we are getting here? 4 only. After that, we have the point and we have this one. Now what I'm trying to do is just I'm going to do here. So B dot round I have to use. So automatically we will get into the value. Now what I'm trying to do is where, so OTP equal to, I'm going to use here rand function. Na? So math dot, so we can do here round of what you are going to do. You can pass here B. So now finally we can print the OTP here. Save this one and go to the browser. Now we can observe here. We have here the OTP also. But this is not correct way. We have to do the backend programming for the OTP kind of thing. But in interview time, they're going to ask how we are going to generate the OTP kind of thing by using frontend. So if you are using frontend, this is the way you have to implement. In the backend, so you can use the PHP or Python. So same function we have. In the PHP, we have the rand function. With the help of rand function, we can generate that random number. So these kind of things we are going to. If you are logging also, we are getting some OTP from the Google for Gmail. If you are doing the two-step verification, we will get the code now. So directly we are getting that code from this one only. So this is the way you have to implement the rand method from the math object. Then, for example, I want to do the trigonometric values. So how we are going to do? So simply I'm going to do here sine 0. So what is sine 0? Sine 0, 0 only, no? So now I'm going to take here A. So now we can observe sine 0, 0, trigonometric values. So cos 0, tan 0, tan cos phi, whatever the value required, you can apply that one. And if you want to do the logarithm values also, log 10, log 0, logarithm values, exponential values, everything we are going to get from the math object. But in the real-time scenario, we are not going to use the logarithm values as well as exponential values as well as trigonometric values. Maximum 90% we are not going to use. We are going to use like a round function, seal function, random, and so power function. These kind of operations we are going to do regularly. So, but we have all the functions here. So depends upon your requirement, you can use that to functions. Here you can observe one thing. So entire methods are predefined only. So from where we are getting? From the math reference we are getting. So this is the way you have to implement the mathematical objects in the real-time scenario. Understood now? So just you have to use, depends upon the requirement. So whatever the function is required for your project, you can use it. Remaining functions no need to use. Okay. So that is about mathematical functions we can apply. Then next one is coming to string methods. So in the string also we have a number of methods. So now we are going to discuss step by step. For example, where s equal to, if you want to declare the string, so we can use the single quotes or double quotes. Already you know that one. So instead of that one, I'm going to use another method here. So new string of, just I'm going to take here object for the string one, and you can write here some string here. For example, welcome to Elearn infotech. Like that, you can write the string here. So this is also string declaration only. But so in the real-time scenario, this method is not recommended. So always directly you can work with a single quotes or double quotes. If you are using this one also, you will get that string only. Now you can observe here, we are getting that string only. This is also recommended only. But here what happened again, you are going to create object and you can take that one. Now, that is additional steps. So no need to do that one. Directly you can use the single quote or double quote to declare the string. I want to find out the length of the string. How we are going to find? So just you can use the property called length. This is not a function, this is the property. So s dot length you can use. If I'm using s dot length, automatically we will get how many characters we have. That length it will be displayed here. So it will consider these empty spaces also. Actually, JavaScript won't consider any empty spaces whenever if you are doing like this. This spaces it is not considered. Why? Because it is a white space instance too. But in the middle of that string, so it will consider these spaces. For example, here I'm giving the space. So now you can observe the spaces is count here. So that means, so whenever if you are declaring any string, just to take care of that spaces also. Why? Because the spaces also it will be considered. So this is the way you have to find out the length of the string. So now I want to get only the first value. If you want to do the only for the first character, so the string is always we have the index is 0. This is a 0 index. This is a 1. This is a 2. This is a 3. This is a 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that we have the indexes. Now I want to do the only W only. What we are going to do? S dot caret of 0. So yesterday only we applied this caret. So caret of 0, what is means by caret of 0? So in the 0th index, what is the character you have? So that character I want. So in the 0th index in the sense, this is the 0, this is the 1, this is the 2. For example, I am giving here 2. What is the index of 2? L. You will get here, the result is L here. So this is the way you have to implement the caret of, you have to pass the index, you will get that character. For example, I want to take another function that is index of. Index of, I'm going to pass here the character. I want to get that index. Previously, we passed the index, we are getting character. Now I am passing here character, we are getting here index. So we are getting here 0 index. Why? Because always starts with the 0 only, na? So that is the, so we are getting here. So I want to find out the m. So m is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will get the result is 5. Now we are getting here 5. So this is the way you have to implement the caret as well as index of. Now I want to do main string already we have. In that main string, I want to find out the substring. So how we are going to find sub str? You can use the sub str substring of. So in which index you want to start? I want to start with the one index, nothing but e. I want to start with the e, comma. I'm going to give here 6. 6 in the sense always last index minus 1. So nothing but it will be considered from 1 to 5 only. It won't consider 6. So exclude this 6, not include, exclude. So nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now just go to the browser and you can observe here. See here. So this is the way you have to implement in the real-time scenario. So whatever the values you have here. Understood now? So just you can observe 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will get that value automatically. That is called SUV, STR. We are going to apply in a real-time scenario. After getting this one, I want to convert into uppercase. So if you want to do the uppercase, just you can use here to uppercase. This is again predefined method only you can use. So now you can observe here, we are going to get that one into uppercase here. Understood? So if so here you can observe. So this is the first one now. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 0. So this is the way you have to implement the in the real-time scenario. So just you have to apply. So if you require the uppercase, if you want to do the lowercase, already it is a lowercase only. but I'm going to change here. So complete lowercase. Now same function we can use here lowercase. So now you can observe here we are getting here lowercase. So like this you can observe in the real-time scenario whatever the thing is required. For example, I want to check so given values match or not. Okay, so this is very very important. In the form validations we are going to check so whether so we are entering some data, that data is matched with the existing data or not. We have to check the match function, and at the same time replace function is there. Replace in the sense already welcome to Elearn is there. I'm going to change in place of Elearn, I'm going to do ABC. So what we are going to do, so s dot replace, we can take here replace of old string comma new string, you can pass here. So now I have to take here Elearn. In place of Elearn, you can write here ABCD. So that replace function also you can use it. So like this, we have here n number of functions again in the string.
Can we use S in place of welcome?
In place of
Elearn. Actually, string is there now.
Elearn is there.
Where we have given the welcome to Elearn.
Welcome to Elearn is there. Okay.
Stored in the
Yes, variable. Yes.
If you want to change the complete welcome, then use S with S comma ABCD.
No. So why? Because here, see, this is a string now. So in that string, depends upon that string, we can replace. So what you are going to replace? This Elearn I'm going to replace. In place of Elearn, I want ABC. If you want to replace welcome, you can take here welcome. So that welcome you can take here as a string format, and at the same time you can pass here another value, for example ABCD. Like this you can. Why? Because if you are not accessing this S, so from the main string only you have to replace. No, first you have to take the main string and you can do the replace old string comma new string we have to take. So this is the structure you have to follow. Understood now? If you are not using this S thing, so from where you will be? So yes, you have to must and should mention the variable name. So why? Because that variable contains that string. In that sentence only we have to change. So this is the way you have to implement the so replace also. We have like this a slice substring, like that we have a number of functions here. So we'll discuss that later. Just you have to know the basic functions here, then we'll move to the advanced later. So this is the way you have to implement. You can find out the length of that one, and at the same time you can find the SVB str substring. We can do uppercase, lowercase, and at the same time caret and index of, and the char code at also there. ASCII codes we will get. So just you can observe here. Char at of 0. If I'm using char of 0, what is the output for this one? So capital W is the output for this one. So now I require here char coded. So what is meant by char coded? ASCII codes we will get. So actually small alphabets we have the ASCII codes, capital alphabets ASCII codes is different now. So if you want to find out that one, we are getting here 87. So that 87 is correct or not, we have to find here. You go to the Google and you can search here ASCII values. So we have here ASCII table. So that is capital W. Na? So for the capital W, what is that? 87 we have. So we are getting here 87. So like that, we are going to use the char code data. So and at the same time, last index of, like that we have a number of methods. So regularly we are using so these kind of methods. Then we'll move to the advanced concepts later. Understood? No? This is the way you have to apply the string methods in the real-time scenario. Then next very important concept, so that is so regular expressions. What is the use of regular expressions and why we are using regular expressions in the real-time scenario? So for example, I have here one input control. So whether user enter valid data or not, I have to check. So this is the phone number field, or this is the name field. So this phone number field allows only the numbers. This name field allows only the characters. So what we are going to do in the sense, by using regular expressions, we can check whether user enter valid format or not. We have to check. If you want to perform the regular expression, first you can build the patterns. So by using index brackets, you can write the pattern. So I want to allow only number, in the sense you can write here 0 to 9 is the pattern for that. So if you want to allow the characters, you can write the so A to Z, and capital letters also are required. So you can write the capital letters also. This is the pattern you require. So if you want to allow all the things A to Z, 0 to 9. So this is the patterns we have to write. By using these patterns only, we are going to build the regular expressions. I will write that syntax, just you can observe here. So this is the patterns we have to write in the real-time scenario. By using these patterns only, we are going to build the regular expressions. How we are going to build that one? So just you can observe the syntax, slash cap, and you can write the pattern. And so do the concatenation here and a dollar slash. This is the syntax. So what is the syntax? Slash cap. So you can write the pattern. If you want to do the numbers, you can write the numbers. If you require the characters, you can do here characters only. You can write here. And so concatenation dollar slash you can use it. So this is only for the name purpose you can use. So for example, I required here phone number. What you are going to do? So in place of this one, I'm going to do 0 to 9. So if you require the email ID in the sense of A to Z, and maybe some of the cases numbers also they're going to main. No? So after that, at the rate is common for each and every mail ID. At the rate is common. So after at the rate, again you can write the pattern A to Z. At the rate gmail.com, yahoo.com, like that we have now. So that's why I'm going to take here. So at the rate, after at the rate also, I'm going to consider this content here plus dot we have to use. So then what we are going to do? A to Z, again A to Z we can use it. .com. So .com, .in, .org is there. No? So for that one, we have. So how you want, you have to write the syntax each and everything. Then only it will allows. So that data is valid or not, it will be checked now. So we have to check that one, right? So this is the way you have to. So and this .com, .in, .org we have now. So how many characters you want? So for example, I required here minimum is 2 characters, maximum is 5 only. So if I'm doing that length 2,5, so that range minimum must and should. After dot, we have to write minimum 2 things. So 2 letters, 2 characters, .in, .org, .net, like that we have to take that one. So that's why I'm going to make like a 2,5 we can apply. So this is the pattern for the email ID. Okay. So by using this regular expressions only, we can do the form validations. This is very, very important concept. So entire JavaScript, we are going to apply for the form validation purpose only. So now I'm going to apply the form validation, then we'll move to the array functions, everything later. So now you can observe here. So first I'm going to create the form. So in HTML, we can create the form now. So how we are going to create the form? By using form tag, we can take here. So form open, and at the same time, we can take here. So for this form, I'm going to take some name. So for example, I'm going to take here, form name is F1 VN. So under the same time here, I'm going to take the method. So we can take here get or post method now. So under the same time, I'm going to take here action equal to. So I want to move to the list.html page. Just I'm giving here. I required here some input control, that is input type equal to text box and the name equal to. So we can do here. So this is for first name. I'm going to consider first name. So and I required one more thing, that is for L name, last name, and phone number, and at the same time email ID or address, whatever. Okay. So now this is I'm going to maintain here last name, and this is for phone number, and this is for email or address, anything we can take here. So here we have the form is ready in the HTML. So I want to apply some styles also for this one, along with one submit button. I want some submit button. What we are going to do? Input type equal to submit. So value also I'm going to change. Instead of that submit, I'm going to do here validation. We can do the submit or at the same time register or send. We can do like this. So now we have here like this. So now I want to apply some styles. Already we know the CSS. I'm going to apply the styles also. So what I'm trying to do is, so I'm going to take here div. So that div here I'm going to close. Just I'm going to take the divs here. So the div should be closed here, and you can take one more div, and the div should be closed here, and you can take one more div here, and the div should be closed here. Again, we can take the div, and the div should be closed here. So just I want line by line. That's why I'm going to take the divs here. Now we are getting like this. So I want to work with some CSS also. I'm going to take here link relation equal to, what is the relation? Style sheet and we can take here href equal to, we can do style.css. Already we have that style.css. So just I'm going to take that style.css here. So now I have to take the style.css. So that is 10 o'clock folder. I have to move to the 10 o'clock folder here. Already we have the style.css. I'm going to open. We have some properties I'm going to remove. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to take here dot form. So form is the class name. I'm going to take here. So I require here some background color. So background color colon. So what is the color you require? So you can take that one. So now I'm not going to use this editor. So why? Because there is no proper suggestions also. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to work with a VS Code editor. So it will show the suggestions, everything, right? So that's why I'm going to add our folder to here. So just to go to the, so add folder to your workspace, and in the desktop, so already we have here the folder called 10 o'clock. I'm going to add it. So now everything is there here. So just simply I'm going to move to the style.css here, background, which color you require. So it will show the colors here. I'm going to directly pick from here only. So then what you are going to do, I want to do here padding. So how much you require? I require here 30 px. So done. Save this one. Already we worked on some file. What is the file name here? First.html. No? So we have here first.html. So now what I'm trying to do is, so here I have the, so entire thing here we have. So inside the form, I'm going, sorry, outside of the form only I'm going to take the div here. So this div I have to close at the end of the corner. So I'm going to do the proper format also. Now we have the proper tree structure also. Everything is fine here. So then next step, what we are going to do. So in the next step, I'm going to do here the class for this div. What is the class name? Class equal to form. Now we can take that one and go to the browser and check once. We have here like this, but I want here a small width only. So now I'm going to move to here. So width also for this one, width equal to, so I require here 300 or we can make it as a 250 px. Very small width I require. So now we have here like this. I want to move that entire div in the center. What you are going to do? You can do here margin auto. Now we have here like this. Okay. So I want to do that input controls also. So inside that form, I have here input control. For that input control, I'm going to do here. So width is 100%, and at the same time height colon. So 40 px I require here. Now we have like this. I required here so 35 only, not too much. And at the same time, I want to do the margin bottom. What is mean by margin bottom? Element to element. I required some space here. Now we are getting the space. So for this button, I required different styles. So what we are going to do? This entire thing we mentioned here type equal to text box purpose only, not for the submit button. Now see the button size is resized. Okay, so now for that button also I want to apply some styles. So what we are going to do? So that is the type is submit. Now we have to take the submit type here, and we can apply here. I require here background color. So you can take here background color, and at the same time I want to do the padding. So top and bottom 8 px, left and right 20 px I require. And at the same time I want here border also 3 px solid line, and I require here blue color border I require. Save this one, and you can observe we have here the button. The button color also I want here white color. So we can make it as here white color. Everything is fine. Now my target is, so whether user enter valid data or not, I have to check. If I click on the button, I don't want to move to the next page. So here actually it is moved to the next page, but my requirement is, so it won't move to the next page. So whether user enter so data or not, first we have to check. After that, that is valid data or not, we have to check. Now you can observe here. So we are getting here the form validation. So the entire JavaScript we are going to use for this form validation only. So now I am going to implement the same concept here. Just you can observe here. So step by step. Now what is my target? If user click on the submit button, then only I want to check. So that's why what I'm trying to do is I'm going to use here on submit event, on submit equal to. So I want to call some function. We have to declare that function. This is user defined function only. We have to declare. And this function returns some data. Whenever it will return true, we are going to move to this page. Whenever this function return false, we are going to stay here only. False in the sense that is invalid data. So true in the sense valid data, we are going to move to the next page. So this is the target we have to maintain. When I want to call, if your user click on the submit button. So now what I'm trying to do is I want to declare this function. Just we can take here function and function name we have to take here. So after that, so what you are going to do? Whether it is moved to that function or not, we have to check. So for our understanding purpose, I'm going to do alert. So inside the function, just I'm going to show this message. When I want to show this message, if user click on the submit button, nothing but it is moved to that function. If you are click on this one, it is moved to the next page. Why? Because we didn't mention anywhere return statements now. So that's why it is moved to the next page. So successfully we are moving to move to the function, that is fine. Next concept is actually I want to get that information from the web page. Whether it is a empty or not, I have to check. Why? Because if you user click on the submit button only, I want to get that information now. So where we have this form in the browser. So nothing but in the document I have here, I want to get that information. How we are going to get that one? So just I'm going to take one variable where f name equal to. You can take any name also. Just I'm taking some reference here. So document dot form name dot document in that sense web page. On the web page I have the form called f1. So for that form we have the field here f name. So that f name value I required here f name dot value. That value we are going to store in some variable. So this is the way we have to get that information. Understood now? So why? Because if your user click on the button, I want to get this information. How we are going to get? Document in the sense web page. On the web page I have the form called f1. So maybe we have another form also now. So that's why we have to maintain the reference document dot form name dot field name dot value. Whatever the value you have, you can get that one. So similar you can do here l name also. L name equal to same document dot form name dot field name dot value. We have to get that second value also. You can do here. So that is fine. Then we can do here where phone number and email. Phone equal to document dot form name dot field name dot value. You'll get that value. Then where email we have email equal to document dot form name dot email dot value. So now everything we have here. So now I have to check whether it is empty or not. F name is empty or not, L name is empty or not, and phone number also empty or not, and email is empty or not. I have to check. So how we are going to check? Simply if condition I have to use. If so, we have to enter F name equal to empty. Whenever F name is empty, at the time, what you are going to do? I want to show some message to the user. So alert, please enter F name. I'm going to do this one. So now I have to move to the browser and check once what happened. We'll check. So now you can observe we are getting please enter F name. So if user click on this one, it is moved to the next page. I don't want to move to the next page, right? So we have to do here return false. So otherwise else return true. So now what happened? We'll check. So refresh and you can click on this one. Please enter F name we are getting, and it is not moved to the next page. Understood now? So here you are using the boolean one. So whether it is a true or false, nothing but see here why you are using this one. Whenever it is written true, it will move to this page. Whenever it will written false, it will be stay here only now. So for that purpose, we are going to write the boolean value here. we are going to return from where to where, from here to here we are returning. Whenever it is written true, it will move to this page. Whenever it will returns false, it will be stay here only. So that is the logic we implemented. Now I'm going to enter some data. So here I'm entering the data. If user click on the submit button, it is now navigating to the next page. Why? Because so in the else block, what we did, return true. So that's why it is navigating. So same logic I'm going to implement for the F name also, like L name also. I'm going to take here L name is empty. Please enter L name. Save this one and go to the browser and you can observe. We are getting first name and see here we are not getting any F name. Why you are not getting so only a F name we are getting? Why you are not getting L name? Why? Because entire function it will return only single return only. But here what happened? For this F name you are returning something. For the L name also you are returning another thing. So that's why always will consider the first one only. So it is not considering the second one. So at the time what you are going to do? And at the same time we are not expecting these alerts. So I want to do this kind of things now. What you are going to do that one? I will show you for that one. So just you can observe here. So we are not going to return directly, right? So that's why here I'm going to take here some variables. For example, status equal to, I'm going to take here false. So why I'm taking here false in the sense, I am thinking by default it is an invalid data. I'm going to consider. Depends upon the condition, I'm going to change that value. So now you can observe here, I'm going to do here status. Whenever the condition is not match, the status is false. Whenever the condition is true, status is true. So for this first one, I'm going to consider the status. For the second one also, I'm going to take here status 1. You can do again another variable. So I'm not going to take again one more line. In the same line, I'm going to apply. If you are getting confusion, what you are going to do, you can take here status 1 equal to false. So that for the second condition, I am going to write this one. So here what we are going to do, simply status 1 equal to false. Under the same time, status 1 equal to true. So finally, what I'm trying to do is here I'm going to do the, so if status equal to true, and so status 1 equal to true. So here what is the operator we are using? So logical operator we are using logical AND. Whenever both the conditions are satisfied, I want to return so true. Otherwise, what you are going to do? Return false. So now I'm going to do here return false in the else block. Now whether we are getting two alerts or not, we'll check. First time we are getting for first one, and the second one also it is working. Understood now? But I don't want that alerts. I want to display here only now. So for that next step, what you are going to do. So up to now everything is clear now. So if you are doing the return directly, what happened? It will execute only for the single input control only. Entire function we are going to return single value only. So to avoid that situation, we are going to take the different things. Done. So, but I don't want to display the alerts, right? So I want to display here only. So for that purpose, we have to pass this string from the JavaScript to HTML. You can pass. Why? Because where I want to display below this input control line, I want to display. But from where we are getting that string? JavaScript. So I want to move this string from the JavaScript to HTML. For that, we have to use the DOM. So what is meant by DOM? Document Object Model. This is very important for the React purpose also. This is very important. So by using this document object model, so here we have to take the ID based or class based or tag based also you can take, and you can get that string and we can pass to the inner HTML. I will show you here, just you can observe here. So I'm going to take here document dot. So I'm going to take here get element by ID. So I want to use the ID based. So get element ID. So we have to take some ID. For example, F name node is my ID. For this ID, I want to assign some string, but we have to pass to inner HTML. We have to pass to the inner HTML. So we can take that string. So what is the string? So please enter F name. We can do. So now this is the DOM we have to use. So instead of this document, so here document dot get element by ID is there now. So this is the predefined method from the DOM. Instead of this document dot get element by ID, you can use like a tag also, class name also you can use. So most preferable way is ID based only. You can take that one. So for this ID, we are going to store this string. So from where to where we can move, from the JavaScript to inner HTML we can move. So how we are going to get that one? So simply you have to take here which format you require. You want paragraph or you want div format. You can write it. For example, paragraph ID equal to, what is that ID? So F name note we have. So we can take that one. So now whether we are getting that one or not, we'll check here. So now just you can observe here. We are getting here. I required here a white color. What you are going to do, red color I required. So simply you can apply here color na style equal to color colon red. We can apply. Done.
We have to write in
No. External CS also we are going to write. No problem. So now we can go to the external CSS. Here I have the form. Inside the form I have the P tag. Wherever I am using the P, I want to do the red color. Okay, so now you can observe. So we have to remove that alert also. Now we have here F name. If you require same thing in the side, what you are going to do, you can use the span. Paragraph in the sense that is the block level, automatically we will get it to the new line only. No? So up to now, we did here whether it is empty or not. Understood now? So we'll move to the second condition later. First, I'm going to work mainly focus on the first condition only. Okay, then we'll move to the second one. So we have here, so by default, we are getting the first name. Then I have to move to the second one also. For the second one, what we are going to do? Simply, we have to take the same DOM, but ID is a different ID. So we can take here L name equal to, please enter L name. So now this one I have to call. Where I have to call? Below the input control only now. So you can take here below the input control, and this name is ID is L name node. Now we can observe here. So if I'm entering the characters and numbers, actually this is only the character purpose only, F name, L name, but I'm entering here characters along with the so numbers for the F name and last name only the characters. What happened? It is moved to the next page. Actually, this is the wrong format now. So this one only allows the characters only. This one only allows the characters only, right? So what we are going to do? So here I'm going to take simply. Here I'm going to take one more variable to do the, so that the data is a valid or not. We have to take the regular expression. So I'm going to take here where alpha expression is my variable name. You can take any variable also. So you can do /cap, and you can write the, so concatenation $/ syntax is done here. So you can write the pattern. So I want to allow the characters only A to Z and A to Z we can apply. So in this, whenever it is empty, so there is no problem. We are getting this message and we are returning the false. But whenever it is not empty, at the time only you have to check whether it is a valid format or not. So how we are going to do that one? So inside the else block, I'm going to do here if F name dot match. Match is a string function, predefined function. It is checking F name is match with a alpha expression or not. It will check. Whenever it is match, at the time there is no issue, we can return true. Otherwise, what you are going to do in the else block, we can do status equal to false. Done. Same whatever you implemented here. So here it is returning false, but we have to show some message to the user now. What is the message we have to do? Please enter characters only. So for that purpose, I'm going to do here. So same DOM only we can use, and ID also same only I'm going to use. So why? Because whenever it is wrong only, then only it will move to the next step now. So now we have to go to the, so here, what is the message you are going to display? Please enter characters only. Done. So already we call that ID here, there is no issues. Same thing I'm going to apply for the L name also. No, we can take here. So here, this is the status one. Actually, this is also status one, and this is LNAME node. We can make it as a LNAME node. So now everything is fine here. So now we can observe. We are getting by default. So now I'm going to enter the characters as well as strings. So what will be? So please enter characters only. So for this one, I'm going to enter here. So see here again, what happened here? It is showing please enter characters only. Here we are enter characters only now. So why it is showing that one? We have to check. So this is L name, not for the first name. Now I have to check one more time. So this one I'm going to enter. Now this is fine. Here I'm entering the characters only. If I'm entering characters also, it is showing please enter L name. Already we entered now. So why it is showing please enter L name again. So whenever it is matched at the time, we have to do the, so for that ID, we can assign the data is empty string. We can assign here empty string, nothing but that data is reset here. So, and here also what I'm trying to do is, so here also I'm going to take the same thing. Whenever user enter valid data at the time, so empty. Now you can observe. See, the message is not displayed. So now I'm entering here characters along with the strings. We are getting now here we are entering the only the characters. If you are entering here also characters, it is moved to the next page. So this is the way we have to implement the form validation step by step. So we have to do the another input controls also. So we'll do that one in the next class. Continuation we'll do. So we have to do the password and confirm password under the same time for email ID, phone number. So phone number length is exact 10 digits or not, starts with a 0 or not. We have to check different kind of conditions. We'll show you in the tomorrow class.